What's up, everybody? Dustin Legary here, and today I thought I would take you through some of the games that I only played because they were on Xbox Game Pass. Look, long story short, I don't have all the time in the world or all the money in the world, so Xbox Game Pass to me offers a great value and opportunity to try out games that I might not have otherwise. So here's my list of 10 games that I played, honestly, just because they were there. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before I get into the list, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell to know when these videos go live. Well, let's kick things off with number one. This might surprise you, but OMNO is a game that I played on Xbox Game Pass. It's not perfect. There were a lot of stuttering issues, I'll be honest, but I love games by a small team, and this is a very small team. I think even maybe one person worked on it, and I really liked what they were able to do with the world. I think I played through like 75% of the game, and I really enjoyed just like surfing around in the snow. I remember doing that in that level and finding all of the things and just sort of enjoying the atmosphere of the world that was created. I think OMNO was really charming. Yes, it's not perfect, and that's why it's at the number 10 spot, but I love finding gems like this that are just a small team and just supporting them in however you can, and playing it on Xbox Game Pass. Hopefully they're able to improve it and continue going with this, because I actually really like the premise and what seems like the story they're trying to tell of this interesting world. And I hope there are more games like OMNO in the future. You can play it right now on Game Pass. I believe it's still there. I hope it's still there, but yeah, try it out. The next one was the original Psychonauts. Now, you probably watched my Let's Play where I actually finally played through the original Psychonauts. This was one that has been on my backlog forever, and honestly, I wouldn't have touched it. So both Psychonauts and Psychonauts 2 came to Xbox Game Pass, and it's just great that there are these options for players where you're able to try out games that are old, games that are new, and I'm showing the original Xbox footage of Psychonauts because that was the one that I probably played Psychonauts 1 more than 2, and I'm just really glad that it was available and ready for me to play and try out. Very charming. I understand why they wanted to make a sequel, and if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can just try it out. It's just there now because they're part of the team. Okay, talking about interesting premises and games that I think you need to try. Echo Generation surprisingly got on my list, recommended by Ryan McCaffrey. It's a traditional style RPG game. Reminded me a lot of Super Mario RPG, but you're a little kid and you have to hang out with your sister, and then your sister takes on the raccoons in the area. Very charming. There's a bit of a mystery aspect going on with it. Also, I haven't played a good RPG in a while, but I really like what they did with the art style and how they just owned it. Echo Generation is available now, of course, on Game Pass. Yeah, so like it's a little weird. It's like you're playing through from a child's perspective, and he's very imaginative, to say the least, but there also might actually be some weird stuff going on in the town. And you can see from the gameplay, there are mini games and such, but it really itched that RPG fix that I had been looking for. Very charming. Highly recommend you check out Echo Generation. I had a really good time with that game. I think I have the wrong asset pulled up here. What's next on my list? Okay, yeah. So I have a general. So this is just general B-roll because the next game I'm going to talk about, I get flagged whenever I use the trailers. So I'm just going to do general B-roll here. Now I'm showing Skyrim footage and Doom footage and everything, but the game I'm talking about is actually Dragon Age Inquisition, and I'm showing general footage because it won't let me show it. But Dragon Age Inquisition not only came to Xbox Game Pass, but it also had some enhancements recently that allows it to run at 60 FPS, and it was a game that I hadn't had the opportunity to try out in the past. I finally got off my butt, started playing it, and I didn't think I would like it. I wanted to play through the original trilogy, so I started one. One's pretty dated. It's hard to get through. But then when I started playing Dragon Age Inquisition, I was like, oh, wow, the storytelling is really good. And I wish I had played it sooner. Dragon Age Inquisition is highly recommended. I wish I could show you B-roll of it. Thanks, EA. Anyway, lots of games on Game Pass. What else do we have here? Oh, this is one that certainly surprised me. Age of Empires 4, which is freezing in the Xbox player for some reason. Age of Empires 4 was a game that I never thought I would play. It's an RTS, definitely not my traditional style of thing, but I played it. I had a good time with it, and the only reason I touched it was because it was on Xbox Game Pass for PC, and when I realized that, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I tried it out a little bit. I played a lot of StarCraft 1 when I was in high school. I played it obsessively, so getting to hop into an RTS basically for free was just welcoming for me, because I was able to sort of remember why I love these games, strategizing with your troops, figuring out how you want to take out the enemy. And it's very forgiving. It kind of lets you do whatever you want, and you're not punished too badly for it. I realized that I don't think it ended up reviewing the best, but for somebody who hasn't played an RTS in years, I think that it was pretty fun. You know, I had a good time. Sorry. I realized apparently it won't let me play this trailer unless I put in my birthday. Yes, I am old enough to talk about this game. All right, next up, Elder Scrolls Online. Why are you doing this? Why does the Xbox player suck so bad on Xbox.com? Anyway, so Elder Scrolls Online got a bunch of enhancements. So I was like, okay, I'm going to play Elder Scrolls Online. And basically, a huge amount of the game is available for you to play. It's not like Skyrim. It's very simplistic. It seems like you can sort of just tear through everything. So if you're really into story, you're going to be able to do, this traditional fetch quest, the traditional go kill this many people quests. And it's just available as part of Game Pass. It's a game I never would have tried out had I not had the option to play it. And yes, you get all these additional enhancements for no additional cost. So very, very happy that Elder Scrolls Online got a little bit of love and that I got to experience it a little bit this year. Okay, now we're getting into the really, really good stuff. We're in the top 4. Let's see here. Yes. So this is an award-winning title that I absolutely think you need to experience. It is A Plague Tale, and I believe this is A Plague Tale Innocence, and the sequel is about to come out. This is from Asobo. It was optimized for Xbox Series X after I started playing it, but you play through the first few chapters, and it's a story about this woman and a child with sort of mysterious, I guess we'll call them powers of some sort. Or I don't know. It's sort of alluded to what's happening in the story. But this game has won a ton of awards. It's on Game Pass. It's now been enhanced, and they are making a sequel for it. So if you haven't played A Plague Tale yet, it's a little creepy, yes. But if you haven't, now is a great time to, right before it actually gets its sequel released. Another entry that I was very surprised to have played, again, only because it was on Game Pass, was Yakuza 0. The entire Yakuza series was available for almost the entirety of the year on Xbox Game Pass, and Yakuza 0 and some of the other entries are actually about to leave. So if you haven't played through this yet, you need to do it very soon. It could be gone already. But the fact that Sega and Microsoft had such a great relationship that they were able to add all of these games and I got to play them, I was like, okay, yeah, this is funny. It's quirky. The combat and everything is interesting. But there was this thread on Twitter about why they like this. And it's these really, really weird stories that encourage you to actually go and help people in the game accomplish whatever they're trying to do. Like somebody is short on rent and he's been kind of doing some scummy things. Do you want to help him or not? You get to make that decision as a player. And that was just great. Again, never would have touched it without Xbox Game Pass. And I feel like I've just said that like too many times in this video. Next up, a great entry available, and that was Back for Blood. So again, another recommendation from Ryan McCaffrey. He had the Unlock crew sit down and play through this one, and I am very happy I did. I didn't think I would like it, but actually getting to roll through this with your friends and, you know, kill zombies as they hurl their bodies at you, Back for Blood was a very pleasant surprise and a lot of fun. I believe this came out around October, so there's a bit of a lull, not a ton happening, and then here we are, we get Left 4 Dead 3 basically, and we're able to do all the great Left 4 Dead stuff. All the great one-liners are there. The great gameplay is there. They have the big bads that you got to sort of team up and take out together. And yeah, I was happy to see not only Back for Blood, but also Outriders hit Game Pass this year, because you were able to experience these games for basically your subscription fee, right? And I just like that we're getting to play such a wide variety of different types of games because of the Game Pass service. And my number one entry is one, just frankly, I had heard a lot about word of mouth. And then when I heard about the sequel, it's one I came too late, but it was probably one of my favorite experiences in gaming in a long time. That was Ninja Theory's Hellblade. Hellblade was one of my favorite experiences, not only because of what they were able to do with the audio settings in your headphones. It really kind of freaks you out as you're playing through it and you're hearing these whispers and demonic type voices in your head as they're trying to, you know, talk about a psychological disorder that this character has and how she copes with it. I think my biggest gripe with the series was some of the puzzles were sort of annoying, but I'm glad I finally came back to it so many years later and then played through the entirety of the thing. I highly recommend, if you play through the original, just use a guide for the puzzles. I think the puzzles are a little bit too tricky. They try and be too tricky, and it was frustrating. It's something I hope they adjust for the sequel, but getting to play through the entire story, it's really, really cool. What they do with the audio, what they do with this character overcoming her not illness, but her disorder, and still being able to come out of it the way she does. I don't want to spoil anything, but really, really glad I played this one. It deserves all the accolades that it has gotten. And I think this one and probably Plague Tale are two that are almost required playthroughs. I need to finish my Plague Tale playthrough, but yeah. So just to recap, I'll just give you the TLDR on my list. OMNO, Psychonauts 1 and 2, Echo Generation, Dragon Age Inquisition, Age of Empires 4 on PC, Elder Scrolls Online, Plague Tale, Innocence, Yakuza 0, which just left Game Pass actually, Back for Blood, and Hellblade. So those are 10 games that I played in 2021 simply because they were on Xbox Game Pass. And I mean, like, there were games that I was going to play anyway. I was going to play Forza Horizon 5. I was going to play Halo Infinite. There's a lot of great entries that just aren't on this list. This is stuff that I only played because it was on the service, stuff that I likely would not have touched otherwise. And that's what's so great about it. Anyway, that is my video for today. Let me know what games that you played specifically because they were part of the Xbox Game Pass service. I am so happy that I got to play all these. I hope you've played some great entries also. Well, I have you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a good holiday. Please consider subscribing, hitting that bell to know when my videos go live. If you want to become a member, memberships are turned on. Thank you so much to all the members who've supported this channel this holiday. I really appreciate you. If you want to become one, you can click that join button. I am going to get out of here, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.